Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your cleaning business to 6 figures and beyond. Wow. So happy Independence Day. I'm so glad you're here joining me. Now let's get right to it. It is getting closer and closer to winning government cleaning contracts, busiest season, and it's going on right now. So if you really want to know 4 sites you can go to find everything you need to really build that relationship with that government contracting officer, which is the buyer of our stuff. We don't need to look everywhere. There are 4 sites that I'm going to actually share my screen. That's why I'm here, so that you can see exactly where to go. So if you're really ready to get on the fast track to winning 6 figures with government cleaning contracts, shake your head yes. Stay tuned, because here we go. We're ready? Let's go. The very first one is we have to make sure what we do first is already do our basic requirements. If you haven't done your basic requirements, then make sure you look at some of my previous videos on what to do to register for winning government cleaning contracts. Number 2, you want to know what NICS code you want to offer. So what are you going to offer the government? Let's look right here. I'm going to go to nixcodecom. And we're looking primarily at janitorial. This is where you want to come. You're going to put in your information, your NICS code search. So you're just going to simply go right there and you can put in what you're looking for. You can put in your keywords. So let's put in janitorial. And when we look up janitorial, it's going to give us 561720. There it is right there. Now, let's say we're looking at landscaping. It's 561730. So just take your time, go into nixcodecom, look it up. My favorite one that I like to do is all about facilities, services, supports. That's what I actually did a lot of. So if you look under facilities, support services, that's 561210. Look at the differences, take your time so you first know what you're offering in either supplies or services to that government contracting officer. Once again, it could be called procurement, but it's the procurement, the buyer, government contracting officer. One and the same when it comes to them actually buying your stuff. The next thing is to look at one of my favorite, which is usaspending.gov. It has so much information when it comes to who is buying what. Now, the first thing I want you to do when it comes to deciding, once you've decided your NAICS code, you've met the base requirements, this is all about get down to the 4 websites that's going to really give us what we need. usaspending.gov is going to give us a history and a lot of information on who has been buying our stuff. Now, I've brought up the screen. I've done fiscal year 22, 21, 20, and 19 and 18. You simply go in, put in janitorial services. The very first one is Department of Defense. Now, you may say to yourself, what is Department of Defense? And that, if we look at the subcategories, and under the Department of Defense, if we look at subcategories, it's going to break down what the subcategories are, the sub-agencies. And it talks about what the sub-agencies are. So if we hit the sub-agencies, it's going to talk about the Department of Army, Public Building Services, Department of Navy, so on and so forth. You want to look at what is under the Department of Defense. And I always say, select 3 agencies that you want to build that relationship with, that contracting officer. To get down to what really makes the difference is the relationships when it comes to government contracts, okay? So pick 3 agencies in your area. You want to be able to visit them, touch them, see them. It's also going to allow you to build when it comes to industry days, or if there's some type of event going on, you can drive right there instead of having to catch a plane or a train or anything like that, you're there. Once you've gone to usaspending.gov, you've done all the research from figuring out what is the agency that utilizes you the most. You've looked at which ones are in your area. Most of us are going to have Social Security, Health and Human Services, Veteran Affairs, and some type of Forest Service, which is Department of Agriculture. Those are the main one that use us 561720 for our NAICS code. Or if we're looking at doing facility support, 561-210, 561-210. So figure out your NAICS code. Then next, We just talked about the usaspending.gov. Now, don't forget SAM. SAM has so much information. You simply could come over to where it says contract opportunities. You click there. Of course, you're going to meet all the other information we're talking about. You can go in and we can put in janitorial services. We can click on, and it's going to give us active contracts. Now, what I love about it is it has so much information where we can put it so many different filters. We can look at how much is spending, anything we want in SAMs. It gives us industry days, which are days that are coming up for networking. Once again, very important when we're looking at building the relationships. So get to know sam.gov. That's another free site that gives you a lot of information to know what direction to go in for actually meeting the contracting officers at industry days and networking events. Put in the different filters which you're interested in, place of performance, where you want to actually look for the contract, sam.gov. The next website I'm going to show you is going to be acquisition.gov. Now, a lot of people may not know about acquisition.gov, but what it is like sort of like what they've acquired, all the different agencies. Now, remember, if you've narrowed it down to 3, then you want to look at, let's say, Veteran Affairs. What is Veteran Affairs going to acquire as far as acquisition? They may have forecasts for what they're looking for, what they're going to buy, and what they bought. So it's sort of like what they're setting up for the next 3 years. So you kind of get a chance to see what's coming up. And then if they're looking for the same contract year and year again, out and in, that's when you can narrow down to decide how you're going to reach out to the contracting officer. How many of those services have they purchased? How much as far as the amount of money, and when are they going to purchase again? All of this is easy to obtain on these websites. The last one is going to be one of my favorite, which is the Federal Procurement Data System, FPDS. And you're going to go to fpds.gov. And it has so much information. It tells you what departments have purchased, the last 10 departments that have purchased your service, janitorial or facility support services. It lets you know who is your competition. Get to know your competition, see what they're offering and what they're not. That way you can get to know them. And also it will give you the buyer, the contractor's name, their email address, and all of that information. So you can reach out to them once you've narrowed down with 3 agencies. The goal is then to reach out to them with your what? Introduction letter. Now, you've looked at any of my videos on government. You know I talk about that a lot. Have it already ready. Have your capability statement already ready. And have your capability briefing set to go. So when you have the 3 agencies, then you narrow it down to what they're spending, what they're forecasting, what contracts come up year after year after year. If one is expiring, let's say July 30th, or let's say August 15th or August 30th, get busy writing and getting to know that contracting officer. See if you can't do a contract or for a capability briefing. All of this, if you're really serious, if getting on the fast track to getting 6 figures in your business using government cleaning contracts, this is the way to go. No more searching, no more looking. I've showed you 4 websites that give you so much information. Now, if you want more, if you want to know what you can do, then I have a workshop, a brand new workshop that's called GovClean 6-track figure. So if you want to get on the 6-track figure, it's called Fast Track for getting on 6 figures towards building your business and government cleaning contracts, because this is the time. I cannot emphasize that enough. If you've ever want to get started, July, August, September, people win enough contracts where they don't have to worry for the remaining of the next year. That means to 2023. And with so much going on, don't you want some security in your business? Feels so good to feel comfortable with that. So why don't you sign up for the free masterclass? It's Wednesday at noon, where I show you these websites in such great detail and give you so much more with making sure you know all about sams.gov when it comes to, meeting the requirements, all the things I talk about when it comes to registering with SAMs and so much more. So it's an actual workshop on getting on the fast track to 6 figures called Fast Track to Government Cleaning Contracts, getting to 6 figures. I'd love to see you at that brand new workshop Bring your pen and paper. Space is limited, so make sure you're there and make sure you are ready to learn, okay? So if that is what you want to do, then I look forward to seeing you, and happy Independence Day again. Be safe until the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.